How does moral relativism impact society? Have you ever wondered how different cultures can have such varying beliefs about right and wrong? This brings us to the concept of moral relativism. Moral relativism suggests that moral judgments are not universally true or false. Instead, they depend on cultural, social, or personal contexts. This idea stands in contrast to moral absolutism, which claims that certain actions are always right or wrong, regardless of the situation. At the heart of moral relativism is the belief that there are no absolute moral standards. What is considered right in one culture might be seen as wrong in another. For example, bribery may be accepted in some societies but condemned in others. According to moral relativism, neither viewpoint can claim ultimate authority over the other. This perspective can encourage tolerance and open-mindedness in diverse societies. When people recognize that moral standards vary by culture, they may be more inclined to respect different beliefs. This acceptance can reduce conflict and promote peaceful coexistence among groups with differing views. However, moral relativism also raises challenges for ethics and morality. If all moral systems are viewed as equally valid, it becomes difficult to condemn harmful actions, such as discrimination or violence, that may be accepted in certain cultures. This can complicate efforts to establish shared standards for justice and human rights. Critics of moral relativism argue that it risks undermining moral progress, since there is no objective basis for determining which practices are better than others. In practical terms, moral relativism can influence how societies handle ethical disagreements. Issues like free speech, gender equality, and environmental responsibility can become more complex when participants assume that all viewpoints are equally legitimate. This might lead to hesitance in taking a firm stance on important matters or focusing more on procedural fairness instead of making substantive moral judgments. From a philosophical ethics perspective, moral relativism is distinct from error theory. Error theory posits that all moral statements are false because there are no objective moral facts. In contrast, moral relativism does not deny the existence of moral truths. It simply argues that these truths are relative to specific contexts. Understanding this distinction is important for navigating debates in ethics. It clarifies the difference between rejecting morality entirely and accepting multiple, context-dependent moral systems. In summary, moral relativism impacts society by promoting tolerance of diverse moral views, while also raising questions about how to address harmful practices and achieve moral consensus. Its influence is evident in everyday social interactions, legal systems, and global ethics, making it a key topic in discussions about how societies can coexist despite differing moral beliefs.